Here we are with a new 1999, the TT2 Subaru Sambar. These are the new generation of nose bump, that's what I'm gonna call them, nose bump K-trucks. They added enhanced safety because now you have more crumple zone, a whole 6 inches or so. And you also gain an airbag, at least on one side. I'm not sure if some K-trucks have a passenger airbag, but the Subaru Sambar, this one, it only has one. Coming out here, looking around. We just picked this one up from the port in New Jersey. Had a nice fun time coming back from a port day. This one's relatively clean. There is a little corrosion right there, but it's not too bad because the rest of the truck is actually pretty nice. All the way around. I mean, remember, these are 25, 26 years old, if not older, so a little bit of corrosion is about normal. Some of them you can find really clean, but certain things, you know, it is what it is. That's just how it is. This one does look very clean underneath overall, so, because that is acceptable. I've never actually got my hands on a Sambar before, so the spare tire looks unused. It's probably the original one. But we got these new Yokohama Geolanders. Nice chunky tires, perfect for grip and stuff. This one is a 4-wheel drive model. I believe some of these are 2-wheel drive. Are these still 12 inches? Yeah, these are 12-inch wheels. What's under the front here? Check it out, a Sambar with me. Look at this. Oh, this thing's nice. There's a lot of splash shields. Splash shields are starting to appear on K-trucks. So I handled a nose bump Acti yesterday. The front actually opens and you can get the washer fluid, the radiator, and some other stuff in there. It looks like the Sambar is a fixed panel that does not come out. This looks like it's a replaceable piece, but none of this is meant for you to open, it looks like. Yeah, you're not supposed to open that stuff. Ooh, it had a valid shake-in, so this truck was being driven still. That's cool. Let's just take a look outside. You know, standard K-truck bed stuff. The bedside's still all fold down, I would assume. Has the chains. Whatever. Come on. Okay. So that folds down. The chains can hold it up like this. But I'm just gonna put it down for a moment. It makes for easy loading on the side here. You can even step up and just get into the bed and do whatever you need to do. I noticed that this one has these fold-up things. They are kind of frozen though. This one's okay. So basically, if you load like a bunch of lumber or something on this top, that will help you from having your load slide off the side here. Ooh, there's a nice spider guy in there. I don't know if he's still alive, but it's probably not alive. Okay. There's a little goo here. What is this? It looks like sap. Some sap on top. Oh, that's what this was. This was a light back here. Cool. Is that a reverse light, a rear light? I'm not sure. Let's get down. We'll go over specific Sambar stuff. Let's talk about Sambar specific stuff now. Sambar is one of these K-trucks. Subaru makes it. What makes this one different? Sambar has a 4-cylinder 650 or 660-ish engine, and it's rear engine. Now, if you're not familiar with that, here you can see there is an access panel for the Sambar right here under this nice bend mat. Actually, this is a nice thick piece of rubber. So there's no wing nuts here, but in the Acti is not actually rear engine. The Acti is mid-engine. It's more like over here. It's rear mid-engine. The Carry, the mini cab, the high jet is more front mid-engine. It's still behind the axle, and it's like right at the middle of the cab, right in the middle of the bed area. And the Sambar has it right here in the back. Let's see. I've never done this. I'm just assuming this is how this stuff works. I think it takes a key to open it. I don't know. Hopefully the key opens it. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. The whole engine is here. You can see the exhaust, all this stuff. I want to open this up to show you guys. I figured it out. Good thing this key works. I have to push in a little bit and kind of turn this. There we go. All you have to do is just kind of pull down on both sides. There's a hinge on the side here, and this one's a little tight. It just needs a little bit of lube, I guess. See, it just folds down. You get a nice engine cover tray to kind of keep stuff while you work on your Subaru Clover 4. One interesting thing I discovered here is this doesn't actually work. You're like, what do you mean it doesn't work? So, I'm pretty sure that lock cylinder is not working, unless it's not even a lock cylinder. But it looks like a lock cylinder. So this one's just dead. You can put anything in here and turn it. I only had some trouble turning it because there was some pressure on it right here and I had to push down on it. Plus I'm not familiar and I don't want to break anything. So now that I know. Looking in here, oh yeah, these are fuel injected and stuff now. These are new ones. So everything's relatively accessible. The whole valve covers here. You get your oil fill, your coils and stuff. You get the starter, really accessible right there. The tranny's right there. This is the exhaust bucket. Interesting little box for our exhaust. Over here, ooh, I think that engine mount. Is that engine mount torn? No, that's how it's supposed to be. It's like that casting of that hole. Okay. Timing belt is relatively easily accessible here. The accessory belt, so you got your alternator. The AC is probably somewhere. I don't really know where it is. And then the oil filter is tucked away in this little nook right here. But it's great direct access right underneath. So that is good. Another thing specific to a Subaru is that a Subaru being the rear engine, the transmission and everything being right here, this is not a solid axle. This means that the Sambar would actually ride smoother because it is independent suspension in the rear. All the other K trucks only have independent suspension in the front, just like this. So this is fully independent suspension all the way around. If you need to access the top of the engine, like the intake and stuff, it looks like on that side, that would all be done on this side. I don't want to open this up, so I'm just gonna leave it. Unfortunately, I won't show you guys that, but it's not a big big deal. That just all comes out really easily. Let's fold this back up. Oop, don't forget to unlock the latch. Okay. Now it won't open by accident. Cool. This one's in overall pretty good shape. You can see the bed was well protected. You'll get some rust there from like the chain bleeding its own rust onto the deck. So I don't think the deck is actually rusty. Over here, this side of the bed is good. Let's just peek under this side. And this side is good too. That's cool. The Sambar bed is also kind of like the Hi-Jet. You can see those bolts out in the front there. It doesn't have a front wall like the Carry. I'm not sure what other beds are like that. But something I noticed there. This one has the nice hard rubber plastic cover. I think that's it. What else do I have to show you? What is this? Oh, that's the coolant. Okay, the coolant is up here. See all the pipes and stuff. Just because it's rear engine, all these coolant pipes have to go to the front. It's just like mid-engine cars. You can see the fuel tank on that side next to the drive shaft. This is actually a relatively beefy looking drive shaft for a K truck. Interesting, pretty cool. And it's pretty hollow under here. There's like absolutely nothing here. You could probably fabricate up like a long toolbox. Think of like the Rivian truck with the pass-through. And kind of do something, I don't know. Oh, all kinds of ideas you can come up with to customize your own K truck. This one's already outfitted with a nice like all-weather plastic floor mat. In here, standard spot for the brake fluid. That's where that goes. A lot of these are missing this cover, so I'm gonna make sure you pop it back on just right so you don't lose it. A lot of poverty switches here. I'm wondering what could possibly be here on a K truck. Same with over here, maybe like diff lock and stuff, if such things existed for a Sambar. Pretty simple stuff in here. We'll go for a drive, try it out, check all these things out here. Oh, I didn't even notice. It looks a little bit questionable. How does that light turn on? Like, what is that? Get a little dome light. I find it interesting that the Sambar is like this. I'm not sure if the other K trucks are like that, but there's like a huge turn before it goes to the lock to get your key out. So I'm not used to it being like that. Let's go to reverse. They installed a reverse
beeper on this. This is really funny because it's such a little truck and it's such a loud beeper. I really don't know how that works. Is that what this is? What's that? Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, everything's beeping. It's really annoying. First of all, let's make sure the four-wheel drive and stuff works. We'll take a look at what the cluster is like. This cluster is pretty simple. It's relatively eye-pleasing. It gives you little shifting hints over here. 1, 2, 3. I guess 4 is on your own. You can figure it out. And there's also 5th. So this is a 5-speed transmission with an extra low gear. Reverses over here, and you press down on this switch. I hear noises. And then 4-wheel drive is allegedly engaged. I did this in neutral. Now, there's no snow or anything for me to try it, but just want to kind of roll and make sure it's not making any noises, and I'm just going to roll in a straight line. Oh my god, that beeping. Seems to roll properly, not making any weird noises. I can't tell if it's in 4-wheel drive or not, unfortunately. So I'll just press the button. I felt something disengage under my butt, so it seems like it's working. So this one has 43,299 kilometers. I believe that's, what's that, like 30 something, 31,000 miles or something. Not bad for a 1999. The seats are like a pleather. This is a cloth-ish type thing. It's like a hard plastic cloth. Everything's relatively intact. The only flaw I see in here, other than it's dirty, is there is a small tear forming right there, but it's not completely ripped, so it's actually okay. Oh, look what I found. What is this? Come out. What's this stuck on? Oh, isn't this the old man person driver thing? I don't know. I don't know why it's stuck. All right, I shouldn't say old man, but like, let's say elderly, older, respectable person. Maybe they just did this sometimes to show that they're old. I don't know. That's cool. It's a cool little souvenir. Truck rides really comfortably, being 4-wheel independent suspension. You can see how I'm bumping over these things right here, and I'm not really even being tossed around. I don't know if you can see me in that camera view there. It is a relatively peppy truck. I mean, these newer fuel injected trucks, they run so well, like almost all the time, because there's no like weather and carburation, all that weird stuff where the barometric pressure and stuff is not correct with the curtain temperatures and whatever. All that weird stuff, the witchcraft of carburetors. Fuel injection with ECU, it generally just works as long as nothing's broken. So you can see, I'm gonna go up this hill over here. It's a bumpy hill too. Yeah, not bad. It rides pretty comfortably, like I said. Let's see, I want to go this way. Really bumpy all around me. Nice and quiet. The engine's way in the back. I'm really curious how this is like on the highway, because with the whole 5th gear, the smooth riding independent suspension, the engine being in the back, being quiet. So curious what that's like, because people like the Sambars because they can go allegedly faster, and that's why they take them on the highway. And like, okay, highway, K-trucks, whatever, people talk about that all the time, and they go like, oh, I would never drive a K-truck on the highway, it's not safe, it's too slow, whatever. So that's the old generation of K-trucks. I've personally taken an older generation Carry, and I was able to go 75, but I was going flat out. It was screaming. So is that good for it? Maybe not. But if you go 65, it was okay. But some people seem to say their K-truck only goes 55. I haven't encountered one of those yet. I've driven my buddy's Hijet too, and it goes 65 perfectly fine. I would assume these newer generation K trucks would be the same, if not better. Especially one of these with 5th gear, and the Subaru being 4-cylinder, a little bit less stress on the engine because there's 4 cylinders doing work instead of 3. They are smaller, but still 4 is better than 3. Like, you can see like the takeoff power on this is really good. That was in 3rd gear when I took that turn. I'll come to a stop here. I'm only taking off in 2nd. I usually do this in my K trucks because 1st gear is too tall and it's too bumpy. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I can go into 5th, but I'm not lugging, but there's no power. This drives really nice. I really like this, and I'm kind of tempted. Should I just get a Sambar for myself too? I actually bought a nose bump high jet, and that's on the way here. And we can actually even do the U-turn right here. This one does not have power steering, but it's light enough. Actually, does this have power steering? Let me come to a stop, because when you're moving, everything feels like it has power steering. No, this does not have power steering. I stalled out. What a noob. The Acti I dropped off yesterday, that had power steering. That was cool. I'm kind of sad I didn't get to check it out because I lost all my time. So it is what it is. I'll probably be close to touching another Acti at some point later. But for now, this is the Subaru Sambar. I'm very happy with this. This is cool. It's not my truck, but I will be dropping it off and it'll be gone. So don't you worry. It's not going to clog up my house and stuff. It rides comfortably. It's got new mud terrain tires, I think, or slightly off-road knobbies. This is like a fuzz. It's like a felt board, like, you know, like a kid's construction felt with a little cardboard backing. These are big sun visors. They're a little bit questionable looking with those stains. We got a little coin holder. 2 cup holders. 2 something that looks like cup holders. A little cubby storage. There's actually a lot of storage in these newer K trucks. This is the first one I'm getting to kind of like really look over. I haven't got to touch many of these, so the Sambar is the first one I'm looking at. Glow in the dark little pebbles. I don't know. This was actually in the in my buddy's Acti truck we picked up. Maybe it's like air freshener pebbles or something. Here, get the glove box. All right, we got manuals. We got like service stuff, maintenance things. Okay, cool. Can we get under the seats or anything? Oh, the fuel door release is right here. Let me turn it off. What's this? Ooh, adjustable seats. And you can recline. Nice. There's some sort of a Japanese handkerchief. Some papers and crusties. There's a book under here. What's this? Oh, the original manual. For some reason, instead of being in the glove box, it ended up under the seat. I'm not going to touch any more of the crusty stuff down there. But it's nice that we found this. What is this? Is this a map? This looks like a map of where this truck probably used to live. Just leave this here. Go back where it belongs. All right, let's check under the passenger seat to see what's under there. Just trying to figure out how all this stuff works. The seat clearly looks like it flips up. How does it do it? It just flips up. Really? There's no latch or anything? You just do this. So you just flip up. You get another storage pocket of stuff. You get the Subaru tire iron. Some random towels and stuff that was left behind. You get all the tools. We got a nice JDM keychain that the prior owner probably lost on the seat, which is also gonna
leave that there. Coming outside.
There's something else
What'd you see? What did I miss?
under that.
The scissor jack. The jack.
No, behind there. The blue thing.
I'm gonna find like another hemorrhoid cream packet, aren't I?
I hope not.
Oh! Veggies. Veggie seeds.
Ooh.
What is this? Looks like a white carrot. Daikon?
Daikon.
Are we allowed to grow this stuff? Or is this,
Why not?
what do you call it? You know, agricultural
Oh,
things.
I don't know.
It turns out I'm gonna get to drive this anyways to its final destination. We're gonna go get a feel of what this is like on the highway a little bit. There's probably gonna be traffic, but it's okay. The acoustics in here are a little bit weird. I feel like I am talking in a tin can because I am in a tin can. We're gonna get to partially drive down the bumpiest road known to man here, get a little feel of this. Not bad, not too rough. Yeah, pretty acceptable being a K truck. Feeling this is okay, not bad. Ooh, dodge the worst of that. So now that I'm actually driving it and not just staring blankly at looking at new things, there's lots of cubby holes here. There's one here under the radio, there's a little thinner one, there's a square one, and there's a rectangular one. So lots of little slots for you to put your stuff so they can all bounce around and fly and rattle. All kinds of fun. Ooh, 5th gear. This is new to me in a K truck. I don't get to drive a 5-speed because my carry is a 4-speed. Not that it's been working in the last couple of years or so, but you know, that's a different problem. Steering is light, nice. Handles that hump that's over there pretty well. I'm not on that patchy bumpy part, so we're not going to see any more of that stuff. There's still going to be bumps and humps all over the place though. It drives and handles real well. Brakes are good. It's a good test. The shifter is a little bit weirder than what I usually feel, and then with that extra low gear over there in first, it's a little bit weird to get to. So I usually start in second anyways, because without a load, first gear is too tall. Plenty of get up and go. Very smooth power application. You know, if this is what the K trucks are now, like nowadays with the current generation that are now new and legal to import in the 25-year rule to the US, this is really nice. I really don't have a reference of what a Sambar is, like the older KS4s, KS3s, and there goes my phone. I don't have a reference of what those ones are like until my fire truck appears, because I bought a 94 Sambar, it's a KS4 I believe. So I'll get to see that, and now I have an idea what this newer one is like. I can compare like the ride and feel. But I still bet the fire truck is different just because of the load of stuff in the back. But we will see. I'll get to check it out. I have no complaints of power in this. This is really nice. Oh man. Let's see. The brakes. Yeah, the brakes work evenly. It doesn't pull to one side. It's a good little test drive here, basically, before I drop this off. Get a feel of what the truck is actually like. Shifter is like really short shifting. The gates are really close together, and it's, you know, it's K truck, very notchy. It's a good feel. Does this work? Oh, that works. Really nice to have a shifter that actually works and downshifts as you're supposed to. I drove like 500 miles almost, well, yeah, maybe a high 400 miles yesterday in my carrier truck, and it was not great. Like, I lost basically all my synchros, it seems like. it was quite an adventure. I'm kind of beat up and tired of it. Now I need to go take my tranny apart. But that's a video and story for later. If I ever get up to speed again, I'll show you guys what this is like driving at a higher speed other than bumper to bumper right here. Actually, speaking of bumper to bumper, this is why a K truck is perfect in the US and the like cities, like the huge metropolitan areas. Boston is not that huge, like New York or whatever, where there's just massive congestion. There's no space to park, there's no place to go, all the streets are narrow. Boston's a good example of narrow streets because it's an old city. So the old proper part of the city, where the original parts of the city, let's say, that part, all the roads are narrow because it was just meant for like horse-drawn carriages and stuff. It wasn't meant for like today's giant Ram pickups, like the one that's behind me to my left there passing. I mean, we can manage, there's just traffic all the time, and all the cars are much bigger now. So if you're concerned with like speed and pickup power and whatever, look, I'm going 20 kilometers per hour. We're not moving. This is our life most of the time. Every day, every freaking evening, it's always like this. We're just going really slow anyways, so why do you need like 200 horsepower in your truck? Like if you're complaining that your K truck is slow. We're not going anywhere. This is perfectly capable of keeping up right now. And even when it's not like this slow, I bet this truck can actually do just as well. And then there's the safety aspect. All right, I'm driving on the highway, we're going fast. One of these newer tanks crushes me into something. You know, I am in a soda can. I admit I am in a soda can. I've never seen any like crash testing on these things. I have no idea how they crush, especially versus something of a larger mass, like the American pickups, American SUVs, like that kind of stuff. But I know you understand this risk when you get into such any old vehicle. So this should be no different. No one's forcing you to buy a K truck. If you want a K truck because you think it's cool, because you want it to, it's perfect for your needs, where you just need a little truck to put around and put your stuff in, hey, don't let the safety aspect put you out of it unless you are that concerned that you're gonna get crushed like a soda can. Coming from like riding motorcycles, I ride motorcycles in this mess. I've survived. I mean, have there been close calls? Probably. I mean, I've been riding motorcycles since like, I can't math, right? Probably almost 20 years now. Almost 20 years of motorcycle riding. Have I crashed before? Yes. Was it avoidable? Yes. Avoidable, like meaning it was my fault? Yes. So it is what it is. You just gotta pay extra attention and take care. In a K truck, I feel like it's not so bad because you're actually like reasonably tall. My favorite K is still the AutoZam AZ1, the Suzuki Kara. Even the Cappuccino, right? Those are really low riding things. So it is fair that people will not see you, and it is fair that you will be crushed. So ride like a motorcycle. Nobody sees you as a motorcycle anyway, so just pay attention. You're gonna have to, it's just something that you have to do as an extra precaution when you operate one of these vehicles. Actually, I'm getting up to decent speed right now. I'm going about 95 kilometers here. Truck is very smooth. Goes over the bumps really nice. That four-wheel independent suspension is pretty smooth. I am getting knocked around by the wind a little bit. I feel it. I don't know how, if today is like an extra gusty day or not. Fifth gear. Just tagging 100 kilometers per hour, so it's about 62. I don't want to go any faster right here because there's still technically traffic. It's kind of dense here, but I'm keeping up just fine. I'm in the second lane over to the left. I'm not passing anybody. I'm not gonna left lane hop or whatever, but I'm keeping up with people. This truck will do 65. Will it do any faster? I'm not sure. I don't have the room to do it. I don't really want to do it. So be responsible. You can actually drive a K truck and coexist in a city. Now, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, or not in the middle of nowhere, but like let's say like in like the Midwest where the roads are much bigger, or even like Texas, right? Like everyone's going 85, 90, you know, okay, a K truck probably won't work very well there. I mean, you could do the same thing. You can go 65, just stay in the right lane. Get out of people's way, and you should be generally okay. Pay attention, you know, same stuff, same story. But around a place like this, like I always say, it's perfect for this. Now I'm on the back roads of like northern Boston here, a little outskirts, and this is perfect. Look at this. Speed limit's 30. It was 25 behind me here. I could just be in like 5th gear and cruise at 55 kilometers per hour. I think that's roughly 30 miles per hour, something like that. This is perfect for little places out here, man. You don't need your full-size F-150, F-250s to putt around, to go to the Home Depot or something to pick up some stuff. Your K truck could do the same thing, and it's a smaller footprint, it's more economical, it's a cheaper thing you could just buy. I mean, buying an F-150 is not cheap, even like a Ranger or whatever, like the Tacomas. Like, you can get one of these trucks that are in very good condition like this for decent money, like maybe $6,000 plus or minus a little bit, depending on what you're going to spend. Obviously, you're going to have some maintenance you're going to do. You're going to get new tires, you're going to get like oil change, transmission fluid change, maybe even a coolant change, brake fluids and stuff. You know, change all that stuff. Now, you're probably like less than $8,000 into it or something like that, depending on if you do the work yourself, if you pay someone else to do it. And you'll have a perfectly fine truck like this, just for putting around these back roads to go to the store, pick up your stuff. You want to buy a refrigerator? Hell, throw the refrigerator back there. I've done that before. I've moved a big gun safe before. That thing weighed a few hundred pounds. We just had a few guys load it up, lay it down in the back, and I just transported it. I've transported, like, all right, so these things are rated for 350 kilos. That's like 760 pounds, something like that. I loaded it with a crap ton of brick before, like the flat red bricks. I was getting rid of bricks at my house, and my uncle wanted them. I drove them across the city. I didn't go far. I wouldn't dare. I mean, it was definitely slow. I wouldn't dare go any faster or whatever, but it's all in the city, so I was never going faster than 25 or so. It was never a problem. Unloaded all the brick. Everything was easy to load because of the low bed height. Perfect. And that's it for today, guys. This is a TT2 Sambar. It's the newer generation of Sambars, the nose bumps, the ones with the airbags, the fuel injection. It is still a 4-cylinder 660. It's an inline 4, not like a boxer like you would generally expect in a Subaru. So this is what it's like to drive one of these, kind of like I showed you all the stuff around it. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about these newer generation of K trucks. It is interesting. I like them. The older ones are cool too, but like, you know, getting a little bit more modern features such as fuel injection is a huge plus. I hate dealing with carburetors. I'm always told that they're very easy, you just gotta get fuel through the needles and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with the computer and ECU and fuel injection, so it always just runs right, assuming nothing's wrong with it. So I'll see you guys next time.